We found this 1971 VW bus on Facebook Marketplace. She has an engine but doesn't run and has graffiti and a lot of problems. Rat poop, a tree fell on her, the slider obviously doesn't work, so that's our work cut out for us. The seller was thankfully able to deliver her on a trailer, and we had a friend help us pull her off, which took us a minute because 2 of the wheels are totally seized and do not spin. So she did fight us a little bit coming off the trailer here. This was probably the first moment that we were like, oh god, what have we agreed to? But she does look darn cute in her parking spot. It's pretty difficult to overstate how gross this bus is. Completely covered in moss and lichen, filled with collapsed panels and rat poop, spider webs, you name it. Really quite disgusting, and I'm glad that the smell doesn't come through on video because it just, I don't even know what to say about the way that this smelled. Opening up the back here, you can see the platform for a bed here because it's, I guess, used as a camper. All of this laminate stuff that was used to clad the inside had totally collapsed. There were probably 3 layers of it. You can even see on the dash here that rats chewed on some of these controls. She got a little bit of a sponge bath here, which didn't take care of all the grime, and we noticed very endearingly that she has 1 black eye. I tried pretty unsuccessfully to get some of the graffiti off, but we'll come back to that another time. In the pile of trash, I found these moldy, pea-soaked registration papers original to the car and this billfold type thingy here. There were also pretty extensive maintenance records from the original owners of the car for the first couple years that they drove it around the country. Jack got to work on trying to unseize the wheels, so to do that we had to remove the lovely patina hubcaps that are supposed to be chrome. I didn't actually get any footage of us cracking the nuts. It took us many hours and was super frustrating. We did find a technique a little bit better than this one after jacking the bus up a little bit higher. It was a labor of love. We got there in the end though. There we go, good as new. Unfortunately, absolutely nothing wanted to move, so we just put the wheel back on until we can get a drum puller. I gave her a good scrub with the magic eraser for the more stubborn spots, and she's actually cleaning up pretty well. The next morning, I tried to get out there pretty early to start cleaning because there's a lot of cleaning ahead on this project. We were also feeling a tiny bit overwhelmed at this point. After getting out the shop vac for a little while, I pulled up the floor mat to find the ground, so this is definitely going to be a welding project. In the rubble, I found some interesting little goodies to share. This is, I guess, the original toolkit that would have come with the van. It's printed to match the original headliner, and it's seen some better days. It's also printed with Made in Germany, so I figured it was probably original. The original manual, very helpful, in excellent original condition. Also an amazing aftermarket radio. This was probably the best find, and it's the original window winders for the aftermarket louver windows that were installed in the bus. So now we can open at least, just one of the windows right now. Jack really wanted to get all of the nasty wood flooring out of here because it was completely rotten anyway. The bed panel had hinges, so we could fold that up and get it on out of there. This part was super satisfying just because we could finally see what was underneath all of it, and it wasn't really in that bad of shape. We were really excited to get all this stuff out of there because it's probably what smelled so bad, along with the hundreds and hundreds of pieces of rat poop we vacuumed up. There were some screws that we had to undo to get the last panel of the bed platform out. And then look at that, super clean back here, no major rust at all. It's in really good shape, so we're pretty happy with that. The end is starting to feel like it's in sight. Pretty much the last thing to get out of the bus is this wood paneling you can see in this frame. I wasn't super keen on this idea, but Jack really wanted to pry the passenger door open with a hammer. It did end up working, but I'm pretty sure now we can't close it again. So, not sure what we're gonna do there. Lovely mess to clean up. And last on the list for today is to tow her a few feet forward into a better parking spot. Something that some of our neighbors have been asking about is this guy here, which is actually an auxiliary aftermarket oil cooler to mount to the outside. It will go eventually, just not yet. And that wraps up day 2 of working on this bus project. We're pretty happy with how it's coming along, but our next priority is making sure that we can get those wheels turning so we can get her parked in our carport so we can begin work on the engine.